I'm not sure if I'm going to make a vlog, but now I think I will. Hi Daniel!
Hi, hello, hello, hi.
All the sustainable influencers and girls are there. Laura just went to the bathroom. That's my roomie, Laura. Let's do this. Guys, it's super early. It's before 6 AM, but all for a good cause. We're going to Berlin today and by train, which is the first time for me. Super excited. It should be really easy, so I'm gonna take you with me. We're taking the train to Berlin. We're going to Kraftwerk, where Neonyt is, and we're gonna find some nice new bread. Right. What's the print about this time?
So this is an image of a South African photographer called Ferdinando Badiali, and he always showed the plastic pollution of our beautiful oceans in his work, and that's why we also chose this art because we really like the whole concept behind it, and we would like to support also the cause of making people more aware of this plastic pollution of our oceans and that we should do something about it and that it is possible. We have translated that into our very nice print, for example, the jacket that he's wearing. Hi Daniel!
Hi, hello, hello, hi.
So it's all very like flowy and watery, and that's the story behind the print.
Nice, thank you. So these beauties are made out of apple leather. How do you produce the apple leather?
So it's made from the waste of the production of apple juice. That waste is ground and dried and then mixed with fuel and color pigments. Then it's applied onto cotton fabric, it's washed and heated, and then you can emboss different structures on it, and then you have apple leather.
That's amazing.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Look at this dress. Let's have a look at her beautiful outfit. Oh, so pretty. The colors are like really nice.
I source many of the fabric from a factory up north in Portugal that's really sustainable. They're called Tintex, and they are Ecotech certified and GTS as well. So all of their even recycled polyester is certified, and the dyes that they use are non-toxic. So they really have a lot of investment in research and technology within the materials sector for sustainability. And yeah.
That's great. I'm doing live sessions. Yes, right now. This is Longer Chin, which is a sustainable... Oh, look at this. So it's a sustainable coat brand, jacket brand. And it's amazing. The colors are awesome and I loved it. This is made of organic cotton and recycled polyester, and the filling is recycled polyester too. At the Conscious Love, which is made by one. And we'll have a talk about vegan versus non-vegan, which is going to be really exciting. So we'll tell you more about it when it starts.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. I want to invite up the guests for the talk today. We have Johanna from Pita, if you'd like to come up. Bernard has a company called Scoby Tech, and Nina has a company called Light and Health.
Right now we spoke about all the chemicals that go into tanning and also the greenhouse gases, but for us it's so much more. It's also like deforestation, because most animal farms, especially cattle, is not kept in small-scale farming. It's like a huge business, and especially in Brazil, like forests are cut down to produce farmland, to produce feed for these animals, and this feed is also imported to German farms, to farms in Switzerland and Austria, everywhere around the world.
The leather we use is from cows.
So you take the hide, like what happens next?
I take the hide and we bring it, we collect them, and we bring them to the tannery. And they tan it.
And they just use olive leaves for that process?
It's an olive leaf extract, so at this kind of tannery. So you can even drink it.
I know that most tanneries who use plant-based tannins, that they still need to get rid of the hair and everything unusual that's done chemically.
If you have the machinery, you can also do it mechanically and not chemically. We had a short talk before that a lot of leather is tanned with minerals and synthetics, but and also vegetable tanning is not only good. A lot of vegetable tan leather has been pre-tanned in another country or in a synthetic way, even though you see vegetable tanning as a look and
as a marketing tool.
Yes, marketing tool. I want to produce products that are not with this schnick-schnack, but minimalized and that have a good quality and that I can use for 20 years. So I don't need 20 bags and 5 bags per year. And this is why we have all this mess, because we consume and consume and consume.
Well, I think a lot of times the conversation goes back to, again, this like sustainability angle. So I think there's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. You have, you know, water usage, you have chemical issues. How do you interpret the sustainability layers and what's important to you and why you choose one versus the other?
Well, I don't only talk about carbon, but also it's many other stuff than that. The thing is, I'm not that radical and say I do the best thing you could imagine and it's better to use that instead of vegan. The alternative would be to burn the hides, which for me is not an alternative because the animal has to die. So I would rather make nice bags out of it instead of burning it.
Did you have the chance to actually compare numbers like water emissions, CO2, everything when you compare like leather towards like synthetic?
Yes, and there are, like for example, the Higg index, which does this.
Yeah, I know, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not very accurate. This is the problem. There is like no real studies that are like not made from the leather industry themselves or anything, but that are like really scientifically well done. We don't have this yet, at least not from my knowledge. Maybe some of you do.
It's pretty hard to get serious numbers because you have a complete supply chain of all the materials and yeah, of course different countries, different industries and certain standards in different countries deliver different data. So it's pretty hard. We always need these information because we have to talk with our clients ask, but seriously, no.
In a position right now, we cannot leave out synthetics 100%, but we try to promote more and more recycled materials and like if it comes to bioplastic, we want to push the production of biopolymers so that it's not made of oil, but it's made from plant-based plastics, which is not perfect right now. So there are some plastics on the market that have like a percentage of bio-based materials, but it's not like there that you can make a shoe from synthetics that is 100% without oil. We really embrace like this whole new materials like Scoby Tech, Modern Meadow, Milo, which is really a great alternative that have properties that synthetic leathers might not always reach.
I really love such new alternatives because so far vegan leather was crude oil, was petroleum, which is not an alternative, not from any point of view.
Shit, heb ik goed opgelet.
It was pretty interesting, right?
It was definitely.
It was a bit of a discussion, but it was nice. And I think the most important thing we took from it is that we need to consume less.
Yeah, that's the number one of this topic.
Sustainability not only means that you have to care what's the output, but also how you care about the stuff itself. And it's about the relationship you have with the material and that you worship it. So when you see the whole process of how long it takes to produce a leather piece that's made without harming the animals, then you kind of worship the material and you keep it for longer.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very important point, because I also think that it's important to have organizations like Petra to say, okay, we have to reduce the farming, but I think it's not going to happen like this. So I think it's maybe the better solution is to care what we do and to care about the things we wear and to minimize the consume of fabrics and materials.
Honestly.
Done.